It's Week 18 of the National Football League.
And coming up, we'll see the electric Jayden Daniels.
He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Commanders and the Giants, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, even with all the games we have broadcast together over the years, partner, seems like every time we see something new and kind of get that feeling we might get something unique here in this one as well.
No two games are ever really the same, are they, Brandon? Because there's always a couple little details, standout performances, big plays that help set each game apart. That makes every one of them entertaining to be a part of.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. He takes this for 3 to the 29. You talk about this Giant defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a second-round pick back in April's draft.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10. Singletary again. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Here is 3rd and 5. Well, this defense for the Commanders, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Oh, and this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Play action, now it's Daniels. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. These two teams met at Commanders Field earlier in the season with Washington winning that ball game. So they are looking for the sweep here at MetLife. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 4. Now Daniels. Eluding the pressure right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Daniels looking to throw. On the move to his left. That's caught left side by Simmett. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A good pickup there, a 22. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Robinson is in. Touchdown, Commanders. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a path.
Touchdown, Giants! Devin Singletary, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And some room to maneuver. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Daniels. Buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd down following the incompletion. Here's Daniels. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 24-yard line. Back to the ground with Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. To the air goes Daniels. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. Fighting through, and he's got space. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, they stick with Singletary. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. In motion, the tight end. 2nd and 9 now. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And that is incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies will try and force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2nd and 10. To throw is Daniels. On the catch, it's Crowder. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Looking to throw. Daniels. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Daniels going to throw for it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. They go play action. Daniels. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Robinson up the middle. And he's going to get this pretty close to the 1st down marker at the Giants' 34. 57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, They go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Daniels. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Daniels throwing the out route, and Crowder makes the catch. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was all capped off on the touchdown reception by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And New York set to take the field. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Haywood trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Haywood. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards the pickup, 1st down Washington. Looking to throw. Daniels sets up the screen to Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And they're drawing close to halftime with the Vikings out on top. Justin Jefferson, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And they have the lead over the visiting Buccaneers as that game has gone to halftime. Chuba Hubbard, a touchdown run in that first half. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou to check on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Michael Penix with a touchdown pass. It was a solid first half of football for the Alabama man, Brian Robinson. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Here's 2nd and 8. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. That right there, Charles, I think is a prime example of what they're scared of. They said, yeah, you can run. We know you can take off, but be smart. He got hit pretty hard there.
A lot of these young quarterbacks, they like to tell us that they become running backs when they take off. But they have to remember, at all times, they're quarterbacks. Protect yourself. Slide. Get out of bounds. Don't take that kind of hit.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
In motion left, Robinson. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
In motion, Slayton. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. Now, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But down this big, we know that they need touchdowns instead of field goals, but now it's add insult to injury because they can't even get the 3, Charles, on the excellent block there by the special teams.
And it certainly felt to me like the special teams consider themselves an extension of the defense, which has played well for them. They have a nice cushion. They didn't want to allow any points, any opportunity to cut into their lead. A big-time play by those guys on that side of the ball.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Here's 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Daniels, flushed out right. Kayvon Thibodeaux with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it,
and he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Flush to his right. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. He may go. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Boswell for the extra point. He's got it, and the score's now 27-14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Throwing after the interception. Daniels escaping the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Hand off now to Robinson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Commanders are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Complete right side to Hyatt. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Haywood. Dancing to his left. And he will slide down with a good gain. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he will have a Giants 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3 and he got 3 barely. But the mark shows 1st down. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Haywood. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a hard tackle there as he'll go down after a gain of about 5. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there, and he threw a 5th interception. I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 6. Now Daniels. They'll roll him out right. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, it would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he will have a Commanders 1st down, and that should just about do it.
And they will take a knee here. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Washington.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Daniels going to try and throw for it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Bobby Okereke.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. And possession switching back to the New York Giants. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. This to the sideline and over everybody, incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football, so this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for the Commanders, they finished the regular season with another win. They're 15th against just 2 losses.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Giants,
they're going to kind of buy